our roster?
Yep.
Yep. Because I didn't know they got mixed up on Max Pro, so I just want to make sure y'all have it.
I got it. What's the number you're worried about?
What is it, number 9?
Number 9 is
Okay.
Whaley Chase.
Quale.
Yeah.
Number 3, everyone always messes this up. Number 3 is knowledge.
Knowledge.
That's knowledge, eh?
No logic.
Come in.
What's up, Missy?
Step 2. Ready to film?
I'm working on the sideline, but yep.
Listen, knowledge. Let's look at the other ones here.
Not to be confused with Nolans. This is a city down south.
I would never call him knowledge. Oh, number 4, Tyler Hetfield. He's a junior. Rice, Zabo.
How about Denaz?
Where's he at?
What's the correct pronunciation?
Which one? Nas White.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Just like it's not knowledge.
It's knowledge. Like as in I know, like you know something.
Sharper than gold. Yeah, like
Knowledge.
I know I wouldn't have named him that if it'd been me.
And then number 9 is Quale Chase. I don't think people are ever going to have names for their numbers. Nope. I have a buddy of mine in the fire department, and he always, when we were around, he would tell everybody he was my brother. Black guy. He was like, he's my brother. I mean, yes, my brother. And my mom would go, he said, he's my son. And they're like, and they would just, nobody would ever, he would tell everybody he was my brother. Black guy. He was like, he's my brother. I mean, yes, my brother. And my mom would go, he said, he's my son. And they're like,
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the night of Cabarrus County High School football. Here tonight, we are at Central Cabarrus, Dink Jordan Field, right off Highway 49 in Central Cabarrus County. The Central Cabarrus Vikings playing host to the J.M. Robinson Bulldogs in what is week 4 of the high school season. And folks, it just seems like last week we were starting week 1. We were talking about that in the press box earlier, but it is week 4. It's another Cabarrus County showdown between two schools separated by a little less than 5 to 6 miles. So I'm Perry Gabriel here on the 485 Sports National Federation High School Network. Flying solo tonight, Mark Clemens in the booth with me, running our controls and cameras. And we are just about set for action. Central here on the 485 Sports National Federation High School Network. Flying solo tonight, Mark Clemens in the booth with me, running our controls and cameras. And we are just about set. Pants, white jerseys, maroon numbers, and black helmets. And we are about set for kickoff here in just a few minutes. Central Cabarrus coming into tonight's game with a record of 1-2. They have victories over Piedmont, but they've lost to Mount Pleasant and Sun Valley. J.M. Robinson comes in with a record of 3-0. They have beat Hickory Ridge, West Cabarrus, and Concord. In doing so, they're averaging about 40 points per game. Defense is giving up just about 16 per game. Simpson comes in with a record of 3-0. They have beat Hickory Ridge, West Cabarrus, and Concord. In doing so, they're averaging about 40 points per game. Defense is giving up just about 6. Can hold this high-powered offense for J.M. Robinson. Tonight's game is brought to you by BenMinded.com, your hometown drugstore, Cannon Pharmacy, Wilkinson Funeral Home, Pizza Hut, Cabarrus County's newspaper, and IndependentTribune.com, the Cabarrus County Fair, which we'll talk a little bit more about later on, the Carolina Renaissance Festival, MT Towing Service, and the Southern Christmas Show. We're set for kickoff. J.M. Robinson is going to be kicking from our right to left. Central Cabarrus will be receiving. Back to receive for the Vikings is going to be number 8-ish, Morrow, and number 11, David Kishko. So we'll see what Robinson does here with the kickoff, and we are set to go. The scoreboard is working this week at Central, so we'll have that advantage with us tonight. And there's a kick. There's a little squibber. Hits at the 40, picked up at about the 35-yard line. Nowhere to go, and he's going to be actually lose a couple yards after he picked it up at 35. They're going to down it at about the 33-yard line. So Central Cabarrus, first possession. They will take over at the 33. Beautiful night, a little warm, but the field is now covered in shade, so they'll get that option as well. Caden Klein, shotgun formation. You got two men's going to move in close. And there's the snap. That snap goes to Rocky Washington. He hands off the middle, maybe a pickup of 1 or 2. So gain of 2, it'll be 2nd and 8. So Rocky Washington, the senior, is back in the quarterback slot, shotgun formation. And we've got movement on the far side. And that's going to be illegal procedure against the Vikings. That'll back them up 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and back them up 5 yards, make it 2nd and 13. Crowd still walking in here. The Robinson sideline is close to getting full, and Central Cabarrus sideline will be full too. Washington back to pass. He's got a man down the near sideline, and there's some contact, but it's going to be just no call there. There is a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage. Let's see, we're going to get illegal participation against the Vikings. 12 men on the field. Oh, I'm sorry, ineligible man downfield is what they call. They're going to decline that. That'll bring up 3rd and 13. So 3rd and 13 on the first possession. Washington takes the height. He hands it up straight up the middle. A little bit of running room. Gets back across the original line of scrimmage. But they're going to be well short of the first down. The carry on that's going to be Talon Baker. So that'll bring up 4th down. Ball spotted at the 37. And Central will punt on their first possession. Back to receive it for the Bulldogs is going to be Zay Barnett, wide receiver, defensive back, who we have seen earlier this year has a lot of speed. So we'll see if they can kick away from him before he gets it. Nice kick. It's going to be fair catch at the 30. That's going to be a 33-yard punt. J.M. Robinson will take over at the 29 on their first possession. Just underway, 10.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Isaac Lee will be the quarterback for Robinson, and their big running back, Knowledge Wright, who scored 7 in the opening game this year, is his lone setback. And then he's got 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Man in motion to the right. Lee takes it, hands off to Wright. Wright looks a little room up the middle. Stutter steps for a yard or 2, gets out to about the 30. A small gain of about 1. Robinson, no huddle offense, but they do look to the sideline for the play. The play clock is being kept on the field by the officials. I'll monitor that when his hand goes up. There's 10 seconds left, but not even close to that now. Central with 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. There's the snap. Lee looking, scrambles to his right. Still looking. He's got a man open, and it's knocked away. Great defensive play there by Central Cabarrus. 4 linebackers, and there's a snap. Lee looking, scrambles to his right. Still looking. He's got a man open, and it's knocked away. Great defensive. So big 3rd down early. Central Cabarrus defense can gain some confidence with the stop here. Lee is back in shotgun formation. He's got 3 wideouts, single coverage to the far right. Looks for the option, pitches it to right, ball's on the ground. He does pick it up, but it's going to be incomplete because it was a forward pass. So they consider that a forward lateral, which will make it an incomplete pass. So that'll make it 4th and 9, and that'll force a punting situation for the Robinson Bulldogs. So they get to punt on their first possession as well. So neither team able to draw much of an offense. Ball is on the 30. Pressure coming, and there's a whistle. I thought that was going to be blocked. I did not hear the whistle with the headsets on. Everybody stopped, and I thought that's going to be blocked. But we're going to get a legal procedure against Robinson. That'll back them up 5 yards. Fourth and 15, we'll call it. That's a high snap. It took forever to get back to him. He does get it away. Fair catch at the 40 by Talon Baker. A 35-yard punt. And Central Cabarrus takes over on their second possession. Folks, Cabarrus County Fair is starting this week just down Highway 49 towards the town of Mount Pleasant. The Cabarrus Arena and Event Center and the Fairgrounds opening night tonight. Runs for a week into next Saturday. We'll talk about it a little more later on, but hey, you got time to go after the game tonight. Here's a handoff up the middle to Baker. Baker gets out to the 45-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 5 to make it 2nd and 5 here as we're coming up on 9 minutes in this opening quarter of action here. Washington is now the lone setback, shotgun formation, takes a snap, run all the ways. He goes straight up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage, and we're going to get a late flag. I think that's going to be a little bit of unnecessary roughness on J.M. Robinson. So let's see what they do there. It may have even been a face mask. So we're going to get a face mask against Robinson to be a 5-yard variety. So that'll give them a first down. So 1st and 10 Vikings, the first down of the night. Yeah, there's a 5-yard face mask, which is kind of incidental. 15-yard personal foul, grabbing the face mask, maybe tackling by taking him down with the face mask. That's the 15-yard variety. So Washington in. Shotgun formation and line in tight and direct snap and run up the middle. He picks up a couple of yards before he's brought down by a number of Robinson defenders. And on that tackle is going to be number 54 for Robinson, Plyler Hemphill, the senior, and also number 8, Isaiah Herrera. You don't see a lot of number 8s on the defensive line. 2nd and 8 for Central Cabarrus. Washington, the left-handed quarterback, looks over in the flat. He's got his man Baker. Catches about the 45. He's driven back. Let's see where they mark the forward progress. He had his forward progress up at about the 45, but then he ran back. And that'll give up the forward progress, and that'll actually be a loss of a few yards here on that play back to the 45 of Central. Third and 15 for the Vikings. Here on 485 Sports, National Federation High School Network. Three down linemen for the Robinson defense. Blitz coming from the outside. Washington gets it away. He's got a man, and it's going to be overthrown by just a couple of yards. And that'll make it 4th down. Washington may have got rid of that a little earlier than anticipated due to pressure coming from the outside. Had 3 down linemen, a couple of linemen coming in from the outside, a couple of defensive ends, forced the pressure and the early throw, and that'll force the Vikings into a punting situation. Punt is away. It's a high kick, short. It's going to bounce up and hit at about the 32-yard line, and that's where it'll go out of bounds. Only a 23-yard punt for Central. But Robinson gets a little bit more field position on this. Get the ball out to about the 38-yard line. 7 minutes exactly to go here. 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. Nobody able to break anything right now, just a couple of punts back and forth. Man in motion, Lee, quick pass to the right, caught it about the 27, looking for some studding room there. It's Josh Porch, and he gets out to about short of the 30, about the 38-yard line. So Josh Porch, the senior wide receiver, hauls that one in. That'll make it 2nd and 5. Second and 5 for the Bulldogs. Coach Jason Seidel trying to go 4-0 early on the season. Man in motion to the left. They passed out to Porch again. Basically the same play, opposite side. Porch is going to get maybe 4 yards. They'll spot him at the 41. Still going to be a couple yards short of the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Central got to stop early on the first series. And they draw Central off sides. Now, was there movement on the line, or did Central jump on its own? That's going to be against Central. That'll give them a first down. That'll move the ball out to the 46 and gives me a chance to give you an update on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Early on in Kannapolis, A.L. Brown 7, South Rowan 0 in a rivalry that has started back after missing for a few years. A.L. Brown 7, South Rowan 0 on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Lee back to pass to the right. He's got his receiver, Burnett. Burnett gets some running room, gets the outside, picks up the first down inside Central territory to the 41-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 12. And a first down for the Bulldogs. A lot of 7:30 starts tonight, but the few 7, we'll get those scores to you as they come in to us on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Lee's got trips to the left, hands it off to Knowledge right, and he is stacked up in the backfield. Nowhere to go on that one. Central defense making a tackle. It's going to be number 70, Aiden Black, and number 54, Justin Rogers. I'm sorry, 51, Jacob Hedrick on the tackle. 2nd and 13, loss of 3. Lee to the flat on the far side, finds his man, caught, and knocked out of bounds at the 40, well short of the first down. 3rd and 7. Officially, they're calling it 3rd and 8. Central crowd trying to get their defense stoked for a stop here, see what happens. There's the hike, and Lee across the middle has got his man, and he's hit. And there's a penalty flag back to get their defense stoked for a stop here, see what happens. There's the Pike, and Lee across the middle has got his man, and he's hit. And that'll make it 4th down and 4th and 8 for the Robinson Bulldogs. They'll go back in punt formation, but you got to be careful as the punter is the quarterback, Isaac Lee. High snap. Kick is going to bounce at about the 10. It's going to go down. Let's see where they mark it. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line. 42-yard punt. Central will take over. 4:24 to go here in the first quarter. Third possession of the night for the Vikings. But they are backed up in their own territory here. Man comes in motion. Washington behind, standing on the goal line. He takes direct snap, runs up the middle, and cuts to the left, gets outside maybe a yard. Second and 9 for the Vikings of Coach Zach Bavekla. Second and 9. You hear a lot of coaches say, yeah, you're backed up in your territory, but that just gives the defense 80 yards to have to defend. Direct snap, handoff up the middle, maybe another yard or two. And that's going to be on the carry. It's going to be number 10, Talon Baker, the senior. They say no gain on that. 3rd and 9. 3:25 to go. First quarter. No score. Central doesn't want to do anything here they look to get out of the end. They got a man on the far side. He had his hands on it. I don't know if he'd had enough for the first down, but that's going to create a punting situation for Central Cabarrus. That'll be 4th and 9. So standing in the end zone to do the punting. Robinson waits for it at the 35. They're going to get excellent field position plus this run, and he's going to be taken down at about the 27-yard line. So Robinson will have the benefit of excellent field position on the short punt. 2:49 to go. They're almost in the Pizza Hut red zone before they run their first play. Lee takes the snap, hands it off to right up the middle, straight up the middle to the 10, the 5, touchdown, J.M. Robinson, knowledge right, straight up the middle. Lee takes the snap, hands it off to right up the middle, straight up the middle to the 10, the 5, touchdown, J.M. Robinson, knowledge. So, extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up and good. J.M. Robinson 7, Central Cabarrus 0. Proud sponsor of tonight's game, the Carolina Renaissance Festival, taking place later this fall over in the Poplar Tent community. It's back again. A lot of changes. You can go to the renfestinfo.com for details. Then the Cabarrus County Fair going on. Just start looking for the bright lights and the smell of the good food. Mark Plemons and I like to go and enjoy the food, and maybe we'll even ride a ride occasionally. But the Cabarrus County Fair, one of the area's best, taking place down here in Mount Pleasant, just a few miles away from Central Cabarrus High School. So Central back to receive is going to be Baker on the near sideline. Looks like Imari Russell on the far side. And the kick again is going to hit it about the 35 and bounce and taken. Picked up at the 20 and dropped, and now picked up again. Going to try to get to the near sideline, but does it. And he's going to be taken down at the 21-yard line on that carry on the kickoff. Trayvon Waters. So Central Cabarrus will take their fourth possession. They've done three and out, or a punt. They'll have the ball at the 22-yard line. Washington in the backfield, and they got too many men on the field. They're going to send somebody off. Washington getting pressure from the far side. He gets his man. It's caught at about the 27-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds. Pickup of 5. Second and 5 for the Vikings. We're going to get a false start on Central. Someone moved on the far side. That'll back them up 5 yards back to the original line of scrimmage. That'd make it 2nd and 10. Washington takes the snap, looks to the near sideline. It's going to be thrown out of bounds. Intended for Talon Baker, a name that we've called quite a few tonight on offense and defense. That'll be 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. Athletic Director Jamie Billings up in the press box gives me a chance to say thank you for the crew here at Central Cabarrus, making us feel right at home. Press box open, everything's ready for us. And we'll have to say they've got the best French fries in the business here in the concession stand. I had some before the game. Washington 3rd and 10, takes the snap. There's a penalty flag. And we're going to get false start again on the Vikings. So that's going to be a couple of penalties on this drive. It's going to back the Vikings up. Robinson Band here tonight, Central Cabarrus Band performing the national anthem before the game. North Carolina DOT night here for the Robinson fans. They've got the bright orange and lime green vests and shirts on. 3rd and 15. Blitz, showing the blitz. Washington, the snap, blitz come over the middle. Ball is knocked away. It's going to be incomplete. There on the defense for the Bulldogs is going to be number 6, Josh Porch. And that'll force punting for the Vikings. There's a snap. The punt, it's going to be a short punt. It is going to hit at about the 37-yard line, and it's going to be down by the Vikings. So for the second possession in a row, James Robinson will start deep in the Central Cabarrus Viking territory. This one's at the 37 with 2:19 to go. The last possession ended in a knowledge right 17-yard run. Lee in the backfield, hand off to right cuts to the left, gets outside, and he's taken down about the 30. Went to the ground a little awkward there, and he gets up slowly, got a small limp. The leg kind of bent under him a little bit. Now he's favored it, and he's going to go to the sideline. That's not a sign that the coaches on the far side want to see. It's not a sign any coach wants to see from either team. You don't want to see a player get injured. I don't think that's I think it just went down funny, and his leg kind of bent back underneath him. But pickup of 7 at 2nd and 3. Here's the handoff to Jamarcus Hunter. Hunter's going to pick up the first down to the 25. Clock will run. 1st and 10 at the 25. Robinson leads it 7-0 first quarter. Snap here will take place with about a minute left in the quarter. Lee gets the snap, handoff to Jamarcus Hunter again. He gets to the outside, inside the 20 to 15, and he's going to be brought down at about the snap here will take place with about a minute left in the quarter. Lee gets the snap, handoff to Jamarcus Hunter again. He gets to the outside, inside the 20 to 15, and he don't forget your breadsticks and your cinnamon sticks. And I love the cinnamon sticks. I love the pizza, but I love the cinnamon sticks as well. So 1st and goal, Robinson. Hand off to Hunter again, up the middle. He gets inside the 5. That'll be 2nd and goal. Hunter up the middle, end zone, touchdown Bulldogs. Hunter up the middle, end zone, touchdown Bulldogs. 13-0 here in the first quarter with 29 seconds to go. Reese Zabo to do the point after touchdown, and it is good. Robinson leads it 14-0. 29 seconds left to go in the first quarter here at Dink Jordan Field on the campus of Central Cabarrus High School. You're listening to the 485 Sports on the National Federation High School Network. Gary Gabriel, Mark Clemens. Give a shout out to James Millick, usually my broadcasting partner. Had a death in the family and is traveling up to Indianapolis this weekend. So, James, if you're listening or tuning in tonight, I hope you had safe travels, and our prayers and thoughts are with you and your family during the loss of your grandmother. So after the opening drives, first 2 drives for Robinson, a punt and a punt, they come back with excellent field position in that first quarter on the last 2 possessions. They punch them both in for touchdowns, and that's where they get their 14-0 lead. Central, on the other hand, has had not real good field position yet, and they're going to look to maybe get something on this kickoff and get something started on offense. And there's going to be a long kick that's going to be taken at about the 11-yard line. He's going to try to get up the middle of the field and has nowhere to go, and that's Amari Russell. He's taken down at the 16. First and 10 Vikings. Called at the 18. Washington with the snap, handoff. Gets to the outside, but quickly stopped there by the defense of Robinson. On that carry is going to be Mason Easley, but he gets nothing on that. They're going to give him a yard, but that's a hard-earned yard. That's going to bring us to the close of the first quarter here at Central Cabarrus. J.M. Robinson Bulldogs 14, Central Cabarrus 0. You're listening to 485 Sports on the National Federation High School Network. Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, A.L. Brown 14, South Rowan 0. Corvian 7, Garinger 0. Forest Hill 7, Community School of Davison 0. Bunker Hill 31, Hickory Hawks 0. And that's all we have right now. No score on the Northwest Cabarrus Mount Pleasant game. We'll try to get that to you as it comes to us. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Vikings. They'll be moving right to left now. Robinson showing the blitz. They got full house coming. Washington gets away, gets his man at about the 22, and he's going to be taken down at about the 23-yard line. Still going to be short of the first down, but on that reception is going to be number 11, David Kisko. So he hauls it in. That'll make it 3rd and 3. Third and 3 for the Vikings. And the penalty flag, we're going to false start. That's about the 3rd or 4th false start on the Vikings. I don't know if it's on the same person, but it's coming from the far side. So I don't know if there's a lineman or a wide receiver that is just having trouble staying set or what there, but that has cost the Vikings 15 to 20 yards. I know it's at least 3. It may be the 4th one. So 3rd and 8. Washington tells his back something. Now he takes the snap, Pressure coming. He's got a man open. And fans are calling for an interference. The defender looked like he had his hand on his back. And I'll be honest with you, from my angle, I think they were right. The problem with that is the back judge was down the field and he could not see the back of the receiver. And there's no call on that play. And that'll bring up 4th and 8. And Central again will look to punt. It'll be their 5th punt of the night. And they're going to be punted from the 20. It's going to be taken about the 48, 32-yard punt. Looking to get to the outside is Zay Burnett. He does. He gets to the far side at the 30, 25, the 20, 15, 10. Brought down by the punter inside the 10-yard line. There is a penalty flag down at about outside is Zay Burnett. He does. He gets to the far side at the 30, 25, the 20, 15, 10. Brought down by the punter inside the 10-yard line. There is a penalty flag way back at the 33-yard line. That's going to be pushing, blocking the back against Robinson. So that'll nullify that excellent run, and they'll bring it back to the spot of the foul and mark off the yardage. Referee looking for a ball from the ball girl. It'll be spotted at the 45, still good field position for Robinson. Their 5th possession of the night, 2 punts, 2 touchdowns. Here's a snap and the handoff up the middle to right. Second and 3, pickup of 7. Just underway the second quarter, coming up halftime. The BenMinute.com halftime report. Hand off up the middle to right. Right gets to the outside on the far side. Inside the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Knowledge Right. And J.M. Hand off up the middle to right. Right gets to the outside on the far side. Inside the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Knowledge Right. His second touchdown of the night. Zabo in to try the extra point. It's going to be no good. Missed to the left on that. So the score will stay 20 for J.M. Robinson, 0 for Central Cabarrus. You're listening to the National Federation High School Network, powered by 485 Sports. Wilkerson Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. Wilkerson Funeral Home located near downtown Concord. And for the best local sports, visit independenttribune.com. See Jamal Horton and Mark Clemens with the action there on the Independent Tribune. The cream of Cabarrus rankings coming out midweek each and every week. James Robinson's on top of that right now, rightfully so. And all the other sports action, a great article on Latney, the wide receiver from Mount Pleasant, in today's paper. And here's the kickoff for Robinson. It's going to be a low kick, bounce at about the 25, picked up at about the 15, trying to get to the out near side here, and he's going to be taken out of bounds. A little bit of extracurricular activities on the sideline again. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like it's going to be spotted at the 38-yard line. So a little bit better field position for Central Cabarrus. We'll see if they can put something together. Washington with the snap, looking to go long. I mean, well overthrown of his man, closer to the defender, but unable to bring it in is Braylon Baker. Second and 10 for the Vikings. Great weekend of college football coming up. Texas and Alabama, the big one this week. Hand off up the middle. Oh, and met in the backfield there by number 8, Isaiah Herrera. Mason easily nowhere to go on that. He's going to lose about 3 yards. That'll make a 3rd and 13 effort here for the Vikings. North Carolina over South Carolina last week. We were talking about that one. James and I both were a little concerned. We had Carolina winning, but just wasn't sure. The Charlotte 49ers in win column last week against South Carolina State. Clemson defeated by Duke. Everyone loved that one, I'm sure. Washington takes the snap, looking long. Got a man over here in the flat, and it's thrown out of bounds. Incomplete, and that'll bring up the 6th punt of the night for the Vikings. So the punting team has been on extra duty tonight for the Vikings. 6 possessions, 6 punts. High snap, gets it away. Taken at the 36, it gets to the outside. It's going to be Zay Burnett, and that's going to close up pretty quick. Ball's at the 40-yard line. There's a penalty flag to indicate holding against Robinson. So they'll mark off the penalty. From the end of the run. That'll take the ball all the way back to the 30-yard line, 10-yard penalty. 1st and 10, Robinson at the 30. 8:47 to go. J.M. Robinson leads it 20-0 on a couple of Knowledge Right touchdown runs and one by DeMarcus Hunter. Quick out to the near side. It's caught there by Amari Valentine. He scoots his way up to the 36, pick up of 6. 2nd and 4. Snap. Lee looking, finds his man, and we get 2 penalty flags. The pass is going to be incomplete. I don't know whether he will decline that, back him up, make it 2nd and about 15, or if he will, or I'm 2nd and 4, or if he'll take that penalty. So you got 3rd and 4 or 2nd and 15. And they're going to take the penalty and back them up. Going to make it, let's see from the spot, it's going to make it 2nd and 14. That's about a yard off there. Butler and Weddington, no score in the second quarter there as Lee takes the snap. Finds his man on the far side. It gets away from one tackler to the 40. There is a penalty flag down at the 25-yard line on the far side. I don't know if that was, let's see what they call there on that one. Still discussing it. Referee walking this way. Illegal touching. Illegal touching, loss of down. I'm not sure who. I think that's what that call was. I'm not sure. So that's going to back it up all the way to the 20-yard line. 3rd and 20 is at a loss of down as well. And now the referees are coming together again. Back to pass, and it's going to be incomplete across the middle of the field, and Central Cabarrus Vikings finally get a stop after giving up 3 straight touchdowns, and that will force a punt for J.M. Robinson with 7:47 to go in the second quarter here. So Central should get decent field position. Their returner standing at the 45-yard line. Kick goes to the left. Takes a J.M. Robinson bounce. Stays in bounds. Is going to roll dead at about the 35, 36-yard line. Central Cabarrus Viking offense coming onto the field. 7:34 to go. Here at Dink Jordan Field, home of the Central Cabarrus Vikings, Central Cabarrus County, just off Highway 49. J.M. Robinson making a short trip over from Pitt School Road to take on the county rivals, and we love county rivalries. The stands are always packed. Neighbors, people that go to church together, work together here tonight. Quick pass over to the near side is going to be caught there by Chana Exebo, but a short gain of a yard or two. Second and 8. Washington rolls to his right. He's going to get out to about the 47-yard line. Third and 3. For the Vikings here, 6.5 to go, first half. Central would love to get a first down here. They hit the man on the far side, it's caught, and that's going to be enough for the first down. So Central will move the chains on that, a pickup of about 4. They needed 3. Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard update: Gaffney 10, Mallard Creek 0, Marvin Ridge 14, Lake Norman 0. Sun Valley all over Parkwood, 35-0. No score, Providence Day, Cabarrus Cannon School. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. It's going to be offsides on the, and they're going to call it on the offense. I'm going to say the offense pulled him off. First and 15. Exactly 6 minutes to go. Washington back to pass. He's got his man on the far side. A little bit overthrown. Now we're going to get a penalty flag. No indication yet. It's going to go against Central Cabarrus as they're talking to Coach Seidel on the far side. We'll see what he decides to do. Whether make it 2nd and 15 or 1st and whatever the penalty is. An eligible man downfield. Another call we've seen 3 times tonight. Mark, I don't know if we've seen that 3 times this year. They decline it, 2nd and 15. Washington got a man down the far sideline. It's hauled in, and they're going to say he's out of bounds. They're going to call him out of bounds on the far sideline. Washington got a man down the far sideline. It's hauled in, and they're going to say he's out of bounds. They're going to call him out of bounds. $2,000. 3rd and 15 for the Vikings. Washington rolls to the left near sideline. He's going to just tuck it in and try to get some yardage, and he stays on his feet, but taken down, maybe a loss of 2 there. And that'll bring up a punting situation for the Vikings. And speaking of punting, you're going to have to put the foot on the ball. That brings us to one of our sponsors, the MT Towing Service, for a great tow. 980-275-9483. Central looking for a great tow here to get a good punt off. It's a high kick. It's going to be short, but it's going to be taken at about the 31-yard line. Fair catch. 29-yard punt. And the Robinson Bulldogs take over with 5:04 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Coming up at halftime, the BenMinded.com halftime report. We'll talk about some scores, review the first half, and what to look forward to in the second half, all here on 485 Sports and the National Federation High School Network. First and 10, 31, ball handed off to right. He's met in the backfield. Now he gets away, tries to get to the far side. He's taken down for maybe a loss of a yard or 2. Nowhere to go on that one. Second and 11. Here's a handoff to right. Looks to the right and turns back to the left. Now on the far sideline. Up close to midfield. Gets across midfield, and they may down him. They look like they're going to down him right at midfield, so that'll be a first down. Here's a handoff to right, looks to the right, and touch back to the left, down the far sideline, up close to midfield. Gets across midfield, and they may down him. They look like they're going to down him right at of 15. Isaac Lieb, shotgun formation. Claps his hand, gets the snap, rolls to his left. Got a man short down at about the 40, inside the 40. It's hauled in before he's taken out of bounds. They'll spot him out at the 34-yard line, so a pickup of 16. Update on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard: Charlotte Catholic 3, North Meck 0. Charlotte Catholic 3, North Meck 0, Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. First and 10, 3:45, right. Picks up 3 or 4 yards. He cuts to the left of the line. Weddington 7, Butler 0. Down in Matthews. Two schools of traditional power. We're going to get a false start on Robinson. Back them up 5 yards, make it first and 15. Cabarrus County Fair. I'm going to stick my head out the window and see if I can smell some food coming up Highway 49. I'm not sure which way the wind's blowing tonight. Flag's pretty still. We might be able to smell some food coming from south of here, or north of here, I'm sorry. Here's a snap to Lee, hand off to right, up the middle, cuts to the left, to the outside, down the far sideline. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Knowledge right front. Here's a snap to Lee, hand off to right, up the middle, cuts to the left, to the outside, down the far sideline. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Knowledge right goes 38 for his third touchdown of the night. That makes it 26-0, second quarter, 3:33 to go. And Robinson starting to do what they've done all year, and that's put that high-powered offense in gear. Extra point by Zabo is good. 27, J.M. Robinson, Central Cabarrus 0. You're listening to Cabarrus County High School football on 485 Sports and the National Federation High School Network. All right, back here at Dink Jordan Field on the campus of Central Cabarrus High School. Jay Robinson out to a 27-point lead, holding the Central Cabarrus Vikings 7 punts, 7 possessions. And I'm not saying this sarcastically, but when you're punting on every possession, you're not generating any offense, and it's hard to stay in a game when you're facing punt after punt after punt as the kick goes down to about the 13-yard line, taken by Baker. Baker out to the 20, 25, or he's taken down at the 30-yard line. So Central Cabarrus will get one more possession here during this half to try to get some points on the board. 3:25 to go. BenMinded.com halftime show coming up here in a little over 3 minutes of playing time. High snap, he hauls it in, hands off to the running back coming up to the right side, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 2nd and 10. Washington throws it in the flat. Man is open and catches it, but it's going to be a loss behind the line of scrimmage. There's a penalty flag on the far side. It's going to go against Central Cabarrus. See if they take this penalty and back them up or just decline it and make it 3rd. Looks like they will decline it. Blocking the back. No, they're going to take the penalty. So that'll keep it 2nd down and 20. 2nd and 20. Ball will be at the 20-yard line. 2:41 on the clock. And we're going to get a timeout on the field here. So with 2:41 to go in the 2nd quarter, J.M. Robinson out to a 27-0 lead on the Central Cabarrus Vikings. And next week, does it get any easier for Central? They'll travel to Concord to take on the Concord Spikers. As we get the camera here, I'll wave to the folks here in the press box. J.M. Robinson will host Carson, the Carson Cougars, making a trip up from China Grove, our favorite town. And Robinson looking to stay undefeated in conference play. They've made the move to the South Piedmont Conference. And right now, they've seen no hiccup with that move whatsoever. Back here at action, Washington takes a snap, rolls to his left, has no one to throw it to. He's just going to tuck it in, try to get out of bounds. He does get out of bounds at about the 22. That'll stop the clock. No gain, 3rd down and 20. I think the Central Cabarrus High School basketball team will be honored at halftime tonight, receiving their state championship rings. Central Cabarrus Viking boys basketball team coach Jim Baker, state champions last year in North Carolina, set to receive rings tonight. There's the pass on the far side. It is going to be tipped, and are they going to say intercepted? Yes, Robinson intercepted. State champions last year in North Carolina, set to receive rings tonight. There's the pass on the far side. It is going to be tipped, and are they going to say intercepted? Yes. So that's going to be a turnover on the interception. And Robinson will look to add another score here. Lee throws it over to right, on the right side in the flat. Right looks for some running room. Still on his feet, knocking down tacklers inside the Pizza Hut red zone, inside the 15. Down to the 14. Now's a good time to order pizza at pizzahut.com. Anytime's a great time. Call Pizza Hut. Order your pizza online at pizzahut.com. 1st and 10, 2:12, clock running. Lee shotgun formation, right directly behind Lee. Here's a handoff, fake handoff. Lee keeps it. Now he's looking, running for his life. He's going to be chased down and is going to be out of bounds about the 16-yard line. That'll stop the clock. NFL season underway last night. The Chiefs losing to the Lions. If you have Spectrum and unable to watch it, that one I think was on NBC, so that was a good thing, I guess. Yeah. So 2nd and 9 in motion. Lee handoff to right up the middle, gets a couple of yards before he's brought down by the Central Cabarrus interior line. Third and 7, clock running, still plenty of time. Lee over the middle, and he's, are they saying it's caught or did he drop it? Yeah, they're saying it's caught. That's first down. Make it 1st and goal. Ball is at the inside the 5. Ball's at the 4. 1:11 to go. Robinson looking to add to this 27-point lead. Under a minute. Right with the handoff up the middle, untouched. Touchdown, J.M. Robinson. Under a minute, right with the handoff up the middle, untouched. Touchdown. That makes it 33-0. Penalty flag on the extra point. I've watched J.M. Robinson twice this year, and knowledge right, that's his 11th touchdown in the 2 games that I've watched this year. I think Coach Seidel will pay me to come to next week's game for Robinson. Extra point is good. 34-0, J.M. Robinson. Opening up a big lead here after a couple first possessions. Went punt for both teams. But Robinson has now scored 3, then punt, and now scored twice on their last 2 possessions to open up this 34-0 lead over Central Cabarrus. Robinson coming in averaging 40 points, and they've almost got that average here in the first half. BenMinded.com halftime show coming up. We'll have the award ceremony for you here. We'll stay tuned for that. Take a small break, and I'll come back on. I am flying solo tonight on the air. James Mellick is in Indianapolis with a death in the family, and again, our thoughts and prayers out with him. And he is traveling, but we have football here for you on 485 Sports. And here's the kick, and it's going to be on the ground. It's going to be taken at about the 33-yard line. So Central Cabarrus will take over. I just looked, and Robinson's going to get the ball to start the second quarter, or the second half. Low snap, it's on the ground. Washington does exactly what he needed to do, and that was to fall on it.
Brownie Glover, Lori Mason. You got it. Brownie Glover. Brownie Glover. B-R-O-Y-N Glover. What is it? Brownie Glover.
Clock running, 30 seconds. Central will have to run one more play, and that'll take us to the half. Barring any penalty or unusual play. They're going to get offsides on the defense. Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard update. Not a lot has changed. Chambers and Hickory Ridge. First quarter score, Hickory Ridge 7, Chambers 7. That's over at Chambers there on off Harris Boulevard in Charlotte. Charlotte Catholic still leads North Mac 3-0. Last play of the half, Washington keeps it. Going to be taken down at about the 32-yard line, and that'll be the half. So we'll go to the halftime. Central Cabarrus trails J.M. Robinson 34-0 here at Central Cabarrus High School, Dean Jordan Field. And stay tuned here at halftime. We'll have you'll be able to watch the ceremony on the Central Cabarrus High School basketball team receiving the state championship rings from last year after winning the state championship. I'll come back with some scores and highlights for you of the first half, talk about the second half. The award-winning Central Cabarrus High School band set to take the field. You're listening to 485 Sports on the National Federation of High School Network. Perry Gabriel, Mark Clemens bringing you the action tonight.
Championship in individual event, the 100 backstroke. The women's swim team is coached by Carolyn Cruz and Maggie Holloway. Our last state champion is our men's basketball team. In 2022-23, this team won a perfect 32-0, bringing home the NC3A state championship. They later finished runner-up in the Throne National Tournament, playing against the best teams and players in the country. Team members are Jake Baker, Lakeith Bruce Jones, Gavin Bullock, Carson Daniel, Chase Daniel, Noah Anderson, Seymour Isabel, Elijah Ford, Desmond Cooper, Cam Lowry, Devontae Martin, and Gio Miller, Michael Murray, Imari Russell, Kaden Smith, and Kaden Johnson. And
Cabarrus award-winning Viking band performing here on the near sideline. And also you were able to watch the Central Cabarrus High School men's basketball team, North Carolina State 3A champions, receiving their halftime rings. Coach Jim Baker and the crew. And man, you can see the excitement in those kids' eyes when they got those rings. They were putting them on. Even the football players that were able to stay out and participate, putting those rings on and flashing them up to their friends and family in the stands, and great picture opportunities there for the Vikings. So congratulations to the boys basketball team there for that accomplishment. You're listening to the Ben Minot halftime show. We'll go to the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. A.L. Brown 14, South Rowan 0. Roseville 14, Cardinal Gibbons 7. Garinger trails Corvian Community School 7-0. East Surrey all over South Stokes 28-6. Forest Hill 7, Community School of Davison 0. Chambers and Hickory Ridge all tied at 7 apiece. And a few more scores coming in here. Charlotte Catholic 3, North Meck 0. Rocky Mount 7, Northeastern 6. Salisbury 6-0 over Person. And that's about all that we have. Weddington 7, Butler 0. So that's a little update on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard here. Like we said earlier, it's all J.M. Robinson. They come in averaging 40 points per game. They've got 34 already in this first half, and they have not slowed down after the first two possessions. J.M. Robinson punted, and then their first score came with 2:43 to go in the first quarter. That was a 7-0. That was a 17-yard run by Knowledge Wright to make it 7-0. And then shortly thereafter, with 29 seconds to go in the first quarter, DeMarcus Hunter went over from 3 yards out, and it was 14-0 J.M. Robinson. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Knowledge Wright scored his second of what would end up being 4 touchdowns in the first half. His second one goes in from 37 yards out, making it 20-0 at the 10:01 mark. And then they punted after 3 scoring touchdowns. They punted, but then they used some great field position, come back and scored with 3:33 to go in the second quarter. That touchdown on a 38-yard Knowledge Wright run. And then again, Knowledge Wright from 4 yards out after a turnover by Central Cabarrus late in the half. They go roughly 40-45 yards on the drive. They score with 55 seconds to go, and that's where we stand now, 34-0 J.M. Robinson over Central Cabarrus. Central, 9 possessions, 7 punts, 1 turnover on downs, or on interception, and 1 turnover on downs to end the half. So nothing offensively for the Vikings tonight, and they find themselves down 34-0, and Robinson will get the ball to start the second half here at Central Cabarrus High School. Next week, we said Central Cabarrus will make the trip over to Bailey Stadium at Concord High School to take on the Concord Spiders. J.M. Robinson will host the Carson Cougars. South Piedmont Conference matchup for both of those schools. It's great football knowledge. When you can get 2 schools. It's my second time covering Central, my second time covering Robinson. And right now, Robinson may have the dominant team in the county. Northwest Cabarrus will have something to say about that. But right now they've beaten Mount Pleasant. They've beaten Hickory Ridge. They've beaten West Cabarrus, Hickory Ridge, and Concord. And they show no signs of stumbling, moving up from 2A to 3A in the football ranks this season. Again, Central Cabarrus award-winning Viking marching band performing here at halftime. And in good sports, the J.M. Robinson band has made their way over from the far sideline to watch the show. And we're just a couple minutes away from the teams coming back out on the field. Central's making their way on the field right now as they'll come out of the dressing room to our left onto the field. And I think for Central this half, they've just got to put something together and try to come out with some positives before next week's game. They're not an offense built for a 35-point comeback, but we'll see what they can do here tonight. Tonight's football game brought to you by BenMinot.com. Ben Minot family dealerships all over Cabarrus County. Any vehicle you need, you can shop, click, and drive at BenMinot.com. Hometown Drugstore, Cannon Pharmacy. They deliver your prescriptions to you. Cannon Pharmacy, your hometown drugstore. Wilkerson Funeral Home, a proud sponsor of Cabarrus County High School football for a number of years with us. Glad to have those folks with us. And Pizza Hut. Red Zone sponsor. Anytime's a great time for pizza. Order it now at pizzahut.com. And that Pizza Hut Red Zone has been busy for Robinson tonight. They've been in it 5 times already as they make their way back onto the field on our far right. Cabarrus County Fair. Cabarrus County Fair going on down the street here on Highway 49. All the good food, all the good rides, all the good exhibits, the pigs, the animals, you name it, the Cabarrus County Fair has it. Just a great opportunity to take the family and spend some time down at the fair. Mark Plemons loves to go to the fair, loves the pigs, loves the animals, loves the exhibits. And, man, you know, the food is always good. You can get a little variety of everything, man. You can get corn dogs, hot dogs, cotton candy, lemonade. You name it, your appetite. The kettle corn, the big ear of corn. You know, you talk about the size of the turkey legs at the Carolina Renaissance Festival, and that ear of corn is about the same size as the turkey leg. And speaking of the Renaissance Festival, that's coming up later this fall over in the Poplar Tent community. Another sponsor of our high school football show. And a new sponsor this year, we want to give shout out to MT Towing Service. MT Towing Service, when you need a tow, make the call to MT Towing Service, 980-275-9483. MT Towing Service, 980-275-9483. And later on this year, we'll talk about it later in the weeks coming up with high school football, Southern Christmas Show, November 9th through the 19th. That'll be here before you know it, folks. We're in the 4th week of football right now. And November 9th will be here. That's the Park Expo Center in Charlotte. The Southern Christmas Show coming up later this fall. Give a shout out to all of our runners. If you are a 5K, 10K runner looking for local road race, there's plenty of road race opportunities in around the Concord, Cabarrus County area. There's also some Couch to 5K programs. You can go to the Concord Parks and Recreation website and get signed up for a Couch to 5K program. Mark Plemons is involved with that. They meet over normally at Dorton Park, but the park is going through some renovations through the bond referendum, and so they're moving over to Pitts Elementary School. And so if you're interested in learning how to run the 5K or just maybe get in a walking program with them, you contact Concord Parks and Recreation for that, and they'll get you started on that running show. And also the Santa Scramble 5K, the annual Christmas parade taking place as part of the Concord Christmas Parade, takes place November the 18th, downtown Concord. You can register now at runsignup.com. Runsignup.com. Just go to the website, enter Santa Scramble, sign up. And there's almost 150, 175 runners signed up for that already. It takes place as the first event, first running person in the parade. You're being watched by 20,000 people. A great 5K. You can walk it or run it. As long as you stay ahead of the parade, you're good to go. So, you've been listening to the BenMinot.com halftime show. 34-0 J.M. Robinson. Second half kickoff is just moments away. Perry Gabriel here with you on the 485 Network with Mark Plemons. Mark's running the cameras in the show over here tonight and doing a great job as always. And shout out to Central Cabarrus and the staff here for getting us good parking inside a cooler press box and a running clock tonight, or that's visible to us, one we didn't have last week. So, second half action underway. Central Cabarrus kicking from our right to left. And we are underway. Kick is going to go down to about the 10-yard line. It's going to be taken there by Jamarcus Hunter. He goes to the far side, cuts up the middle field, spins away, gets away from a couple tacklers. Now he's taken down, but there's a penalty flag here at the 34-yard line, and we're going to get a holding call. We're holding on Robinson. That'll back them up 10 yards from that spot. That'll push them deep in their own territory as we start the second half of action. Yeah, week 4, folks. It just seems like 10 days ago we were at J.M. Robinson in 95-degree weather, J.M. Robinson and Hickory Ridge, and now we are week 4 for those schools. Next week will be midway week of the high school season. Unbelievable. Lee, shotgun formation, man in motion to the right. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws to the near side. Caught by Porsche. Porsche gets out to the 20, 25, breaks a tackle. He's at the 40, across midfield, stumbles. That's going to give the defender time to catch up. Josh Porsche, caught by Porsche. Porsche gets out to the 20, 25, breaks a tackle. He's at the 40, across midfield, stumbles. That's going to give the defender time to catch up. He gets down to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Robinson. Pass over to the left. Lee hits Burnett. Burnett gets away from a couple defenders. Gets down to about the 23-yard line. Pick up first down. And off to right, left side, got some running room, gets up, picks up about 5 or 6 yards, maybe 7. The offensive line just pushing the defensive line back for Central Cabarrus. Second and 5, inside the Pizza Hut red zone, pizzahut.com, order at any time. Lee with the pass, it's caught, but it's going to be in the backfield. He gets away, Porch does. Josh Porch gets down to about the 15-yard line. That'll pick up about 3. Third and 2. Again, it's stoppage. It's going to be an official timeout. So 10:04 to go, 34-0. J.M. Robinson all over Central Cabarrus at this moment. .485 Sports gets a break from St. Andrews this week as they are on the road. We do this. That's in Columbia, Tennessee. That's where they will be headed. 12-hour bus ride. That means it's about a 6-hour car ride for me. St. Andrews Knights losing to Lindsey Wilson last week, 49-12. I think I recall the score. That's 3rd and 2 here. Kind of funny. I got a text here from a student. Most of you know I'm a teacher. And I had some work that was due today that some students didn't get turned in. And one of the students just texted me and asked me if I can accept their work late. First off, a student texted me at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night is a little odd. I will not respond until Monday, but no, I will not accept it. So 3rd and 2 here for the Robinson Bulldogs. Hand off right up the middle. He gets the first down and more inside the 10 to down about the 9-yard line. That'll stop the clock and move the chains. First down, Bulldogs. Carolina Panthers open it up this weekend against the Atlanta Falcons down at the, I think it's still called the Mercedes-Benz Dome. You know, these stadiums change names so much, but I still think it's the Mercedes-Benz Chick-fil-A Dome. No Chick-fil-A sandwiches on Sunday. Lee back to pass over in the far corner. Touchdown. And I think that's number 11, Isaac. No Chick-fil-A sandwiches on Sunday. Lee back to pass over in the far corner. Touchdown. And I think that. And we'll fall short 1 point of the running clock. 42 points in high school football. Snap spot to kick, it's up and it's good. Oh, it's no good. I did not realize that did not go through. So that'll leave the score at 40 for J.M. Robinson, 0 of Central Cabarrus. That's about the only thing going wrong tonight, a couple of missed extra points. 40-0, 9:19 to go, third quarter. Next week, J.M. Robinson has Carson at home, and Central Cabarrus goes to Concord.
It's another big one. Winnable game. It is. Concord thought they had a pretty good shot. Last week was winnable too until the second half started. This is winnable until they keep the ball.
Not a lot of updates on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard tonight. Hickory Ridge Chambers still tied. And here's the kick. Hits at the 20, bounces to 15, up the middle. The runner comes, and we'll get a number on that. It looks to be number 10 with the return, Talon Baker, who got his championship ring there earlier tonight at halftime. Weddington 12, Butler 7 on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Washington back to pass. Now rolls, tucks it in. He's going to keep it. He get up to the 40, 45-yard line, dives forward. That'll pick up 5 yards. Second and 5 for the Vikings, under 9 minutes to go. Third quarter. Washington hands off up the middle. It's going to be Dustin Crump, number 20. And we've got a man down. And that'll call into Atrium Health Training Team. They're at every practice, every game, every week. A shout out to the crew for all they do each and every week, keeping these athletes safe. 8:24 to go, 40-point Robinson lead. He's going to come off under his own power. Still a pretty hot night here, a little cooler than last week and the week before, but still a hot night for these players out there on the field. Back to pass, he's being chased, gets away from a couple defenders, but nowhere to go. He's going to be thrown for a loss of about 5 yards. Atlanta Braves up 8-0 over the Pittsburgh Pirates. That'll bring up 4th and 8 for the Vikings. Low snap, kick gets away. It's a low kick. It's going to hit it about the 44. Going to picked up at the 40. Had some momentum, but he's going to be tackled there at Zay Burnett. .7:24 to go. Robinson takes over at the 45-yard line. Like I said, the Braves up 8-0 into 5. Acuna and Rosario both have hit homers tonight. Ronald Acuna 3 for 4 tonight. He's killing it. And handoff to right side. Hit initially at the 47, brought down about the 48-yard line. Austin Riley out of the lineup again tonight for the Braves. Under 7 minutes to go, 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Snap, handoff. Now Lee keeps it far side, gets out of bounds. He may have come up a yard short on the first down. It's hard to see where they spot it on the far side. I do think he is about a yard short. Third and 1. Hand off right. No, I'm sorry, it's Jamarcus Hunter. I think that's number 2, not number 3. Clock continues to run, 6:30. First down, Robinson. Snap, Lee back to pass. He's looking down the far sideline, and it's going to be almost intercepted. I'm not sure. The runner, the receiver that was intended for, just kind of slowed up. I don't know if he was expecting it on his back shoulder or not, but for the Vikings, that'll force 2nd and 10 on the Bulldogs. Here's a handoff coming to the right side. Going to be taken down in the backfield. Ball's on the ground. They're saying he's down. And we've got an injured Robinson Bulldog on the ground. Looks like a cramp. Gives us a chance to thank our sponsors again, BenMinded.com, our halftime show sponsor, Hometown Drugstore, Cannon Pharmacy, Wilkerson Funeral Home, Pizza Hut, the Independent Tribune, Cabarrus County Fair, Renaissance Festival, MT Towing Service, and the Southern Christmas Show, all fine sponsors here on 485 Sports. We're going to take a small break here. It's 40-0 James Robinson over Central Cabarrus. All right, the injured player is Jamarcus Hunter, and he's being helped off the field, but I think it may just be someone rolled up on his ankle or a small cramp. Hard to tell from our vantage point, but it'll be 3rd and 10. Lee rolls to his left. Got a man in the flat. It's caught there by Jordan Thompson, but he's going to be short of the first down. That'll make it 4th down and about 3. And 4th and 4. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Got to get to the 29. And a penalty flag against Central Cabarrus. We'll give the Robinson Bulldogs their first down. First and 10. Handoff, no, pass to the far side. Caught, 20 down inside the 15. Inside the Pizza Hut red zone. Anytime's a great time to order pizza, pizzahut.com. Don't forget the breadsticks and the cinnamon sticks. 4.5 minutes to go, clock running. A score here by Robinson will turn this game into a running clock. It will continue to run through all. Handoff, Knowledge right up the middle, fighting his way. And he's going to get pushed into the end zone. Touchdown, Robinson. 40. Handoff, Knowledge right up the middle, fighting his way. And he's going to get pushed into the end zone. Touchdown, Robinson. So with 4:03 to go, Robinson awaits the extra point here for the injured player for Central Cabarrus on the touchdown play. Injured player is up, making his way to the sideline. So we're an extra point away from making this 47-point margin. And they do start the clock now. It'll be a running clock the remainder of the game. It will stop at the referee's discretion. Sabo in to kick the extra point. Lee, the holder, snap the spot, the kick, and that one's good. So with 3:40 and clock running, 47-0, J.M. Robinson leads the Central Cabarrus Vikings. You're listening to 485 Sports and the National Federation High School Network. Yeah, our PA announcer, everybody in the press box knows the clock will run, and we're just talking about the parents in the stands. The clock's running, the clock's running, the clock's running, and we all know it. It's supposed to run. 42-point lead in North Carolina High School. The clock runs continual, and no one wins in this situation. You get the game over earlier. You avoid any injuries in a game that obviously now amounts to nothing. And as Mark Plemons is sitting here thinking, man, I'll be in line for an ear of corn by 9:35. He's down at the fair. And we get a 15-yard line. The ball's taken by Talon. He's going to get to the 20 before he's taken down. And Central Cabarrus will take over. You'll also see the referees move in slow motion from this point forward. Be sure to go to independenttribune.com. See Jamal Horton have all the action from all the games involving Cabarrus County Schools tonight. Does a great job after the game, getting in touch with the coaches, getting the stats and the scores, the highlights. And you can read all that on independenttribune.com. Then next week, the cream of Cabarrus will be out. I see no reason that Robinson will not occupy that #1 spot again. And then next Friday night, they'll tell you what games are being covered in and around Cabarrus County. As the handoff goes to the far side, it's going to be Mason Easley on the carry. Second and 9 for the Vikings. Braves' lead has dwindled 8-2 on a home run from the Pirates. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Back to pass. He's got his man on the far sideline. It's hauled in. Going to get out close to the 25-yard line. That should be the last play of the third quarter. Yeah, that'll run it down. So at the end of the third quarter, 47-0, J.M. Robinson, all Bulldogs tonight in this crosstown rivalry here over Central Cabarrus. And we'll go to the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard to see what we can find on some other games in and around the area. Berry 23, Rock Hill nothing. A.L. Brown all over South Rowan, 49-6. Charlotte Catholic 29, North Meck 0. Providence 42, Cabarrus Co-op 7. Monroe 63, East Meck 0. Gaffney 23, Mallard Creek 7. South Iredell 33, Piedmont 0. Robinson 46, 47-0 over Central here and where we are. And we'll get you a few more here a little bit later on. Central back to action here. Now moving from left to right. Interesting score coming up for you here on this, right after this play is Central going to be taken down at about the 20-yard line. You know, we've talked about Hickory Ridge being 0-3 all year and that strength of schedule. They are playing number 12 Chambers tonight, and they are up 35-6 over Chambers. Is what is being reported on the Max Preps website. 35-6 Hickory Ridge over Chambers. That's why they're the 0-3 team that was number 3 in the cream of the crop. Here's the punt. It's going to be taken at the 43. Gets to the far side. And we're going to get a rough kick, a rough play here, unsportsmanlike on Robinson. That's going to come back. No score, West Cabarrus, Porter Ridge. Here's an update from Cottle Creek, Northwest Cabarrus 48, Mount Pleasant 0. Fourth quarter. Northwest Cabarrus right up there with Robinson as the penalty is going to take the ball back to about the 47-yard line. Lee keeps it, runs to the right, he's going to go out of bounds. Second and 3.
So I'm going to be ready to roll when the game's over.
Handoff up the middle, far side, down this far sideline, 30, the 20, 15, 10, touchdown, 46 yards. Handoff up the middle, far side, down this far sideline, 30, the 20, 15, 10, touchdown, 46 yards. Nothing, J.M. Robinson waiting the extra point. Zabo in for the try. And somebody didn't make the special teams, so Robinson will call a timeout. And referee's discretion, they will stop the clock for that timeout, even though they don't have to. So the last thing you want to do is lose focus when you're supposed to be on the field, especially in a game that where you're up 53-0. You lose sight of what you're supposed to be doing. Coaches do not like that. So 8:31 to go, running clock, but it is stopped for this timeout. Central Cabarrus High School basketball team received their state championship rings at halftime tonight. And we'll start the clock. And Zabo will kick the extra point to snap the spot. The kick is long enough, and it's good. 54 nothing. Let's go to the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard and see if we can get some updates. Berry 23, Rocky River 0, A.L. Brown 49, South Rowan 6. Charlotte Catholic 29, North Meck 0. Marvin Ridge 21, Lake Norman 0. Monroe 63-0 over East Meck. Gaffney 23-7 over Mallard Creek. Bessemer City 22, Union Academy 9. South Iredell all over Piedmont 33-0. Weddington 15, Butler 7. Hickory 35, Cox Mill 7. First score we've had on that one tonight. Hickory 35, Cox Mill 7. Coach Joe Glass making the trip down from Hickory, former Robinson coach. Kickoff taken at the 10. He's going to be met at the 20 and taken down at the 20-yard line. So Central will run this series with about 6 minutes to go, see if they can get on the board. Central's defense came in giving up 38 points per game. They have given up 54 tonight. First and 10. Handoff up the middle, a little bit of running room, gets out across the 25-yard line. Second and about 3. Five and a half to go. Handoff up the middle. Couple of yards. Yards shy of the first down. Got a player with a cramp on the field. And officials will stop the clock. .505 to go. Robinson complete control tonight. After the initial 2 possessions of punts, they scored on 6 of their next 7. I'm sorry, make it 8 of their next 9. As we are coming in on the close of week number 4, and man, it's just hard to believe. We've talked about that a couple times tonight. College football now in week 2 or week 3, depending on how if you count week 0, I guess 0, 1, and 2 makes it week 3. Week 3 will make it week 4, and I don't want to confuse you anymore. But Deion Sanders, prime time in the Colorado Buffalo's getting off to a big start. They've got former Carolina Panther Matt Rule and his Nebraska Cornhuskers this week. As the players still down on the field. Again, Carson will travel to Robinson next week in an SPC game to take on the Bulldogs. Central Cabarrus will travel over to Concord to take on the Spiders. John Von Cannon and Chris Hudson will have that call for you on the network. And now the clock is running. We're back under action. 3rd and 1 for the Vikings. Quarterback sneak, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think he got the first down. Referee over here is stopping the clock. I'm not sure why. It's going to run. A big local college football game this weekend. Appalachian State and North Carolina will do battle on Chapel Hill, and that one last year, 63-61, 124 points. Appalachian State lost a lot from last year, but you never know what's going to happen at that game. It's been close for a couple of years. Appalachian State beat them. It's, you know, that one's in Chapel Hill. It's a 5:15 start. Fourth and 1, fumble. It was high snap and bobble. They never fumbled it, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Robinson will take over. 3. It's at the 20-yard line in the Pizza Hut red zone already. Clock continues to run. Handoff. The ball's on the ground, but Robinson will recover it. Second and 8 for the Bulldogs. Handoff, far side. Sammy Davis gets it down inside the 10. Sophomore running back. And Lee just went to the official, whispered something in his ear. I'm thinking he's probably going to tell him he's taking a knee, just so that he gets a quick whistle and doesn't get a late hit or anything. They'll wait till the referee's hand goes up in the back judge, and that'll bring it to 10 seconds. Yeah, the hand's up, so there's 10 seconds. And he takes the knee, and the referee will slowly mark it. Probably one more snap. And J.M. Robinson will move to 4-0 on the season. 2-0 in the South Piedmont Conference. Central Cabarrus will fall to 1-3 overall, 0-1 in the conference. Final score, unless something happens that we don't know about, it's going to be 54-0. We're on a minute. Lee takes the knee. Clock is at 55 and running. So a quick look at the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, see if we've got any late changes for you. A.L. Brown 49-6 over South Rowan. The score we mentioned earlier was the Hickory Ridge. See if we can find that score now. And we cannot. Yeah, 35-6 Hickory Ridge. So that'll do it here from Central Cabarrus High School. J.M. Robinson Bulldogs 54, Central Cabarrus 0. It was all J.M. Robinson. Punts on their first 2 possessions, but after that they scored on 8 of their last 9 possessions. And they run away with it here tonight. Central Cabarrus, punt, punt, punt. Just unable to get anything started offensively. Coach B will have to go back to the drawing board and get ready for a tough Concord team next week at Bailey Stadium in another county rivalry for Central Cabarrus. They've had Mount Pleasant, they've had Robinson, they've had Concord. The drawing board and get ready for a tough Concord team next week at Bailey Stadium in another county rivalry for Central Cabarrus. They've had Mount Pleasant, they've had Robinson. 5 next week. So for Mark Clemens and the 485 sports crew, so long from Central Cabarrus High School. The final score once again, J.M. Robinson 54, Central Cabarrus 0. For 485 Sports and the National Federation High School Network, I'm Perry Gabriel. See you next week.